Okay, let's see. Top chat messages, live chat messages. Okay. Welcome to live chat. Okay, we're in live chat right now.
Yeah, I see it up
Right.
there.
Okay. Let me get my other phone dialed in and then we'll wait here. Get a few people to join us. Do you have anything on the side of your screen? Like, do you have anything off the right side of your screen where there's a microphone and a little, it looks like one of those little, can
Oh
you
yeah,
see?
I see. There's a three things. One looks like a little marker. One's a microphone, and one's a two arrows that are in a circle.
Okay. And then below that, it looks kind of like a rectangle with three little slashes, diagonal slashes on top of it.
I don't see that.
Okay, so your three different things. So the top one is two arrows, kind of like a yin and yang kind of a thing. Then you have the microphone, and then below that, what do you have below the microphone?
Looks like a small rectangular box with three
Perfect.
plus
Okay,
signs.
so
Yes.
that there is a highlight button. Okay,
Mhm.
so the way the highlight button works is, let's say at minute at right at 10 minutes, if you were to hit that, that's going to have recorded for you, so you will have your own highlight from minute 5 to minute 10. So basically you hit that and it goes back 5 minutes to capture something that you wanted to highlight, that was 5 minutes within the past 5 minutes of when you push the button. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Uh huh.
Yeah. So often what I'll do is I will watch the running clock. Oh, by the way, hi, Miss Danielle Barnes. Hello, Miss Danielle Barnes. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome to our live stream.
sweetie. Huh.
So just so you know, so like, let's say, for instance, let's say when I go to my patient's house and you're having a conversation, and it's a really cool conversation, and you want to highlight that because people actually watch highlight videos. For whatever reason, people like to watch highlight videos, okay? Because it's only 5 minutes long. So if there's something like maybe you're having a discussion and someone's asking you, hey, so Chris, I mean, now that Tabura's in the house and we're kind of chatting here, tell me what's the real reason why you YouTube? And let's say you guys get into this awesome discussion. And you know what? That'd be cool if I had that in the video all by itself. Well, if you hit that highlight button, just know if it's at minute 15, it'll have recorded for you from minute 10 to minute 15 for you. Because can you see the running time on top of the screen where right now it says live 3 minutes?
Yes, sir. 5
Okay,
seconds. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So basically, that's how that highlight button works, and I'll probably use that a couple times today, throughout our live stream, because our live stream is going to be about an hour and a half long. If you can't be on the whole time, that's totally cool. I get it. I just really, hopefully, you can help me out during the part when I'm seeing my patients.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted you to help me out today, and then also you practice. All right, buddy. Well, I'm gonna jump on the road here, and we'll get started here, and we'll just yeah. Oh, now there's 5 people in the house, so maybe someone will say something here and say hi and welcome or whatever, and we'll go from there, man.
Trying to
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
figure a good
Welcome,
place.
welcome. Whoever else is in the house joining us. Welcome to our live stream. Title today is Why? Why do we YouTube? Why do we YouTube? That is the title today.
Some my
Right there.
screen.
So we got a new person here, Mrs. Yeah, I can't see the name. It's Aaron. Hold on. I got to get my other phone. I'm going to pull in. Welcome to our live stream. Let me pull over here. I'm going to pull over and do two things. I'm going to give you moderator. Hello from Russia. All right, Ashton from Russia. And we have someone else from another place. Welcome to our live stream. This is my buddy, Dada the piano player, Chris Barnes. Miss Danielle, if you're still here, my friend, can you drop some kind of link for your husband? And put it in there, say Dad the piano player, whatever, and then I'll pin that up top. So that's pinned. And dirt bike family, welcome. We got 3 new people to our live stream today. Welcome.
Taking my
Appreciate you all stopping by.
put it back over here.
Now we got 10 people in the house, Chris. That's cool, buddy.
Yes,
10
sir.
people in the house. So Miss
Hello.
Danielle, if you're still here, my friend, can you? Yeah, okay. She says okay. So she's gonna drop something for your link, my friend, and then I will pin your link up top. So and then I will encourage people to go and visit your channel, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Because that's what usually co-hosting is all about. So usually standard thing is whenever a live streamer has a co-host, co-host is kind of doing their thing, whether
Hmm.
they're singing or whatever they're doing, or just chatting, having discussion, and then it's all about me flexing you today. That's what that's what the live stream's about.
Thank you, brother. I'm
No, I
trying
thank
to.
you, man. I thank you. So what's up, man? Hey, not too much, Tori. So first of all, let me make sure I go back and acknowledge Ashton from Russia. Welcome, welcome. And then we have Soap Machine. Soap Machine, welcome, welcome. Dirt Bike Family, welcome. And Tori Dotson, welcome, welcome. Chris Barnes channel. Okay, I'm gonna pin Chris Barnes channel. For those of you,
Oh, where'd you go, OHANA? Ah.
okay, now we're back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, you're back.
Hey Danielle, can you do that again, but write more verbiage? Because my fat fingers, if I accidentally hit Chris's link, then it takes me to his. I'm trying to pin it without it, and it's hard. Actually, let me see if I can do it off to the side. Never mind. I got it. I got it. I got it. I forgot. You can do it to the side. All right. So now we got Chris. Chris is now pinned. Your video is pinned. So for those of you, where are you? Where are you going? I'm actually going to go and see a patient, and we're going to discuss. He is going to play the piano. Yes, brother Chris is going to. You know what? Yeah, when Chris is ready, we'll have Chris play the piano, and we'll chit chat a little bit. So, but I'm headed to go see a patient. I am a physical therapist. Monday through Friday, I work at a skilled nursing facility, and then on the weekends I do a little bit of home health. Um, Actually, it's not on the weekends. Actually, it's Tuesday, Thursdays I do home health. It's just this week was kind of busy, so I'm headed out to go see one patient this morning before church, and then I'm going to go to church. But while we're doing so, Chris and I are going to have a discussion talking about why do we both YouTube, and we're going to be blessed by brother Chris Barnes playing some music on the piano for us. So, Chris, whenever you're ready, my friend, no
Uh,
rush, no rush. But whenever you're ready, buddy.
oh, okay. I have a hard time getting comfortable, so I don't. How's the light now?
Lighting looks good, buddy.
Okay, because I have a hard time seeing the screen, and I'm got to be very conscious of my battery because
Okay.
I've got a inexpensive phone, and the battery's going to go down very quickly. And I try to keep my screen brightness turned down, so I have to adjust curtains so I'm able to see and all that. So, uh, okay, I'm gonna open up and just play some songs from the hymnal, and I'll try to follow the comments. I would love to take requests from anybody that wants to give some specifically hymns because I can't play just anything with gloves, and so I do have played classical music in the past, but it's not real practical to play with gloves, and I have to play with gloves because I have neuropathy in my hands, and so if there are any. Uh,
Anybody have any particular song requests?
I think I'm going to start out with "It Is Well with My Soul."
Oh yes, that's a classic. Such a beautiful message in that song too, man. Such a beautiful message. It is well with my soul. What is the name of that song? I believe the name of that song is titled "It Is Well." I think it's titled, right?
Yeah, it is well with my soul. Let's see. Here we go. I might do a test run right quick just to see if the volume's not too loud because my tripod phone is right over the piano speakers. So, is that fine? Is that not too loud? Okay. How's that?
That was beautiful and such. And that's the one I think you shared on our other live stream we did together. That's from Horatio, right? Horatio was the guy whose family who died.
Yes, sir. Horatio Spafford. The lyrics from him.
Yes, the words were yes. Which is a family that was on a ship, not the Titanic, but a ship like the Titanic kind of a thing, and they hit a they hit an iceberg, right? Is that how the story went? They hit an iceberg, and then his daughters died, but his wife survived.
You know, I'm not 100% sure how the ship wrecked. It might have
Okay,
hit a,
got
but I don't. It might have. If I'm not mistaken,
no. You know
somebody
what?
in the comments, but they might have hit another ship.
Okay,
It might have been a shipwreck with another ship. But then,
I gotcha.
not too sure. But outside of another ship and an iceberg, what could have caused out in the middle of the ocean? So that's the only. But yeah, let's see. Shall I do another one? Let's see. I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah, comments are good. I'll when you pause everyone.
Thank you.
Chris, do you guys know where you guys live?
No, sir, we haven't had any snow yet. Occasionally, there's
Uh,
some winters where we do and where we don't, but we haven't had any down here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Not yet.
so no snow in Louisiana as of yet.
Now we had a big storm with several inches of snow that stuck for a few days. It was in 2021, I believe. Danielle may correct me, but I think it was 2020 or 2021. It was during the beginning of the year. I think it would have been the winter of January or February of 2021.
Okay.
And this area had a very significant amount of snow that stuck several inches. Trying to think of some of the temperatures were in the low teens. I think we might even got to single digits that year. So 8, 9 degrees, but which is
Man, it's down there.
yeah, which is
That's
very atypical of this area. Generally, we're even though we're not South Louisiana, uh, we are northwestern Louisiana. It's we're not swamp, but we're close to the swamp.
Danielle says she doesn't remember what year the snow was. So I've been here in Visalia now since 2006, and we've only had snow once, and it only lasted a few hours because, yeah, we don't get snow where I'm at. I mean, up in the mountains, an hour and a half away, there's snow pretty much. I mean, all winter long, there's snow up in the mountains. But where we are at, the valley area, yeah, there's rarely do we get snow here. And then also, Tori Dodson says, Tori, you said, will I be live streaming tomorrow, or will we be live streaming tomorrow? Chris and I probably jointly won't be live streaming tomorrow. We do this occasionally, so I always consider it a blessing. So that's why I have him pinned. So for those of you who aren't subscribed to Chris's channel, please take time to go and visit his channel. He plays. Chris, why don't you take a few minutes? There's about 8 people in the house. Why don't you take a minute or so, kind of explain to everybody, kind of what you do on your channel, or what kind of content do you have on your channel?
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to get comfortable. Hold up. My content on my channel is going to be heavily focused with kind of just two broad subjects of music and Christian theology. And so other religions, they have their own theology, but so as far as music goes, I would like to one day try to. If you go to my channel, I'm going to have a lot of what's on there, pretty much music-wise. It's going to be. I have my own playlist that's public, in which I've uh, loaded a lot of hymns and gospel songs. It's a lot of my favorite ones, but also ones that are theologically rich in lyrics. And then if you go to my musical arrangements, there's going to be me playing the piano, and a lot of my piano arrangements of hymns. Some classicals on that list, uh, and so if I do eventually want to try to do music theory, music history, and get it to where I have some staff paper and looking at theory as far as analysis and things like that, and rhythms and chords and scales. I do want to eventually get um, how-to tutorials, so where I can get a look at the piano from the phone, and then show somebody how to play this, or even not only how to play a song or a medley, but how to do a modulation, or what chord tones look like, and how to incorporate non-chord tones, and maybe a person's improvisation when they're playing. So uh, that type of stuff. Now, as far as the theology, I have also a couple of public playlists that are available to the public, that are entitled Theology and Apologetics. And over the last 2 or 3 years, I've been not only interested in a deeper knowledge of Christian faith and the doctrines that spring from the Bible and the Christian faith, but also uh, just a very honest answer of, is there a way out of all the faiths and religions and what we call worldviews, is there a way to test which ones are valid and which ones are unvalid? And, you know, that can sort of, sorry, I am in a lot of pain too, which is one of the reasons why when you look at my YouTube videos of me playing the piano, I wear gloves. I've got hand and feet nerve damage. I've got neck issues, back issues. I have breathlessness due to pulmonary issues. So I have a hard time trying to get my words out at different times to explain what I'm thinking. Uh, so there, it can make some people, I believe, uncomfortable, and it shouldn't make people uncomfortable when you're talking about religion and deep-held, deep-seated beliefs on a religious, theological level. When looking at like worldview analysis, apologetics, uh, I'm kind of become persuaded and convinced that if we accept truth in all areas of our life, such as finances, medicine, doctors, and uh, those basic decisions, science, then I think we should also have a way and be uh, truthful about matters of religion, because religious books make claims about reality which you can test, and if it makes a claim about the nature of the world and the way it is, human interactions, you should be able to test those things. And you can. So to sum that up, and to get back to some other things, theology and apologetics under my playlist are lectures, debates, and all types of things on not just the Christian religion, as far as looking at the Old New Testament of the Bible and drawing out through history, the Greek and Hebrew grammar, and all that, and getting doctrine, teaching, but also looking at other aspects of other religions and seeing how closely they match up to reality, to human experience, historical claims. If somebody or a book makes a claim about something that happened in history and says it didn't happen, and you go and look at actual history from also a secular standpoint as a third source, I kind of think of it as a triangle. This book says this book says this. If it's not a third source to compare it to, which would be extra biblical history, then we're just kind of at a impasse. But if you look at the writings of extra biblical authors that were even opposed to religion and Christianity, first century, second century Roman sources, then you can kind of build a picture of who's being truthful and who's not. You know. And the who in this case would not necessarily be a personal attack. It's not a personal attack. This is an admission of wanting to know what's true and what's false. And so I care about what's true and what's false in this life and the next. So when I say who's right or who's wrong, it's really looking at the worldview and looking at documents. And so there. I get long winded at times too, but I try to spell out what I'm saying to be as specific as possible.
No, bro. Seriously, I follow you, and no, just keep going on. You're totally fine. You're explaining your angle, where you're coming from, and no, it makes total sense. So please don't apologize. You're doing awesome, buddy. I promise.
But from a Christian standpoint too, is just because someone disagrees with me is no excuse for me to say or do things that are contrary to what Christ would have done. If a person says, I don't believe any of that, I believe contrary, then it's still, from a biblical standpoint, it's practically for me to still treat the person with respect because we're both human beings.
Amen. Yes.
The Bible says we're created, every human is created in the image of God. And so what's the word I'm looking for? A disagreement should be handled in a kind, courteous manner, and like two adult human beings having a dialogue and using factual, historical, and documentary evidence to say this is why you're wrong or you're right. But at the end of the day, whether somebody's in a completely opposite religion or worldview, it's still my duty and obligation as a Christian to speak well to the person, to help them, to respect them.
Yeah, and Chris, I think you nailed it. The however that saying goes, you hit the hammer on the nail. I don't know how that goes. How's
Hammer on
the phrase
the
go?
nail on the head, hit the nail on the head. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So just exactly it. I mean, and and that's what it is. I mean, whenever whenever you open up that discussion of Christianity or other faith, just like how you said, you know, just as long as you handle things respectfully and you're not, inconsiderate of the other person, but you're having just a sound discussion. Yeah, to me that's totally cool. And sometimes I've been in those discussions, not usually in religion, but in other topics, whether it be politics or sports or how to coach a team, because I love coaching. As you all, you who know me well, and your wife and other friends who know me well, I love to coach. And there's been times when I've gotten discussions with other people on their methods or philosophy of coaching, and we don't see eye to eye on it, and I'm not going to be disrespectful to them, and I'm going to hear them out. But I mean, what works best for my style and the way I coach kids works good for me, and because it works good for me, it doesn't necessarily work good for somebody else. And like how you're saying, I mean, and Chris, when you've spoken to people, it's always been out of that essence of you being very kind and respectful to them, and people appreciate that. Not everybody is. I mean, some people come across and just start lambasting people, and it's like, whoa. I mean, this was a friendly conversation, and here we here we are in the middle of an argument, and that's not cool, and for you and I to grow our channels, if we're that way, it's not going to grow our channel, because I mean, because we want to encourage people to exercise, you know, their faith, their belief, and it's always good to kind of bring up questions, questions that kind of go where you scratch your head and go, whoa, you know what? I never thought about that way. Let me ponder that a little bit. And you know what? That's good thought process, and move on, So yeah.
My wife has been one to use this phrase: is you can't catch bees with vinegar. They like honey, and vinegar is bitter, and so the bitter spirit is one that doesn't allow for really any meaningful conversation, because
Uh,
person that's being bitter, then the opposite side kind of you know psychologically has a tendency to just cut off. It's but if you're willing to engage in a patient way and calm way, then the other side's not going to feel like this is a fight, and that's not
exactly.
what we want to have a conversation using methods that can get us down to truth, and but walk away and saying that still friends, still care about the person, and
Yeah. And if you think about it, I mean, that's the way Christ kind of approached it too. I mean, he was very firm in what he believed. There was times when he raised his voice, but he did everything out of love, and he demonstrated more so through his actions versus trying to prove his point through just simply words. He actually showed it through his actions, and I mean, how can that be done on the live stream by just, I mean, people can see your body language. They can see my body language. They can hear it in my voice. If I'm being, really open and kind and compassionate to someone else, having a discussion where we might not see eye to eye on, and that's why the other day, on day 29 of our Sword of the Spirit challenge, when we were having that discussion, with you and a couple other people, I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, it got the hair in my back to stand up, but it was a good thing. It was like, you know what? Someone is really pushing me to think. And
yeah,
I appreciate that, because for me to be bold, for you to be bold in sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, you better know what you feel deep down inside, right?
hey, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because if you're not, then then you're not going to have the legs or the feet to stand on. You have to. It's just that's just the way it is, and you're that way, and that's why I think you and I, are have such a great brotherhood, is because although we see Christianity slightly a little different, we don't we don't we don't you and I don't delve into those conversations. I mean, we could if we wanted to, but that's not important to us. To you and me, it's about just getting people to you know what? Let's come together. Let's love. Let's encourage and inspire other people. You know, let's do it in a healthy way. You know, and there's there's a lot of biblical truth that a lot of Christians from different churches, we all can agree on it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to find those little nitpicky things. Oh, my church believes you can't drink coffee. We can go back and forth on that kind of stuff and beat ourselves till we're blue in the face. And I'm not going to persuade you any differently. And I'm going to feel my way about it for a very long time. But really, does God really care about whether or not I drink coffee or not? Maybe so. Let's not get into discussion. But the whole point is that doesn't deny the fact that, hey, Jesus Christ came down to this earth. He was in heaven. He came down to this earth. He lived. He walked. He touched us. He looked in our eyes. He healed us. And he said, I need you all, you 12, to be my disciples. And when we leave, I need you all. The Great Commission is, I need you. I need you, Chris Barnes, Daniel Barnes, Southern Bell, Amy Hoosier. I need you, Riley. I need you, Kayala. I need you all to tell people about my love. Because one day I'm going to come back and take you all home with me.
Amen. And I'm trying to think. I had a couple of comments I was going to say, but
sorry, I probably got you. I was getting all excited there, buddy. I'm sorry.
we'll come back.
Okay, hey, while you're thinking about it, a couple comments came up. Let's see. Looks like Winning Walker Christina says, good morning, my Ohana. Danielle says, hey, Christina. Christina says, hey, Danielle. Winning Walk says, let's avoid foolish quarrels. Do you love and serve Jesus? Good enough. Oh, yes. You're absolutely. See, Winning Walk? Like you too, my friend. Yes. Let's avoid those foolish quarrels. Exactly. Jesus did not entertain foolish quarrels. He got to the root of the matter. I love you. I came to this earth. I died for you. Please be a good person. Follow me. Listen to my commands and let me take you home one day.
Well, I think I remember one of the things I was going to comment is that we don't always have to, as far as the religious and apologetic approach, we are human beings. We have other interests too. It's not always. You got to realize that when you get started on that, you should take a detour at some point. It's not always religion, one subject all the time. So I have to remind myself, if I'm having a conversation and it gets to the truth of one certain religion versus, all that is. There are other things to talk about in life that are important too. I don't want to just, you don't want to just harp on one subject over and over and over. You want to give room for friendship through common belief in music and interest in music, things like that, art, literature, books. Kind of want to pull back long because religion is like a handful of things. Really, there's not too many. Religion and politics, they always say, is you want to get a good quarrel started. Then religion and politics. That doesn't have to be the case, though, but it's the idea that these are kind of deep-seated things. And, if you get started on religion and you're in the conversation too long, then you might need to change the subject to something else and enjoy the person's conversation,
No, buddy, you are when I first started doing the Sword of the Spirit, live streams, at first at the beginning, it was like, 20 minutes, I would say like 15 to 20 minutes was talking about, the Bible, about God and that kind of thing. And there's a couple of days when it was like only a few minutes and I would scratch my head and I would go, man, is that really what I want to be doing? And then, I would question myself a couple of days in a row because it wasn't like talking about the Bible the whole time. But you're absolutely right, Chris. It doesn't always have to be that. People know by the look of my thumbnails that they're more than welcome to talk about that stuff. But no, we can talk about airplanes, like World of Aviation. You make some awesome airplane videos. You love music. you're a history major, you're absolutely right, buddy. You're absolutely right. I mean, we can show love, Christian love, by just talking about other subjects, by how we treat one another and how we're respectful to one another.
Yeah, it's not only things we say, it's things we do too. They should both uh, uh, conform to what we believe the word. So, I have a question. Do you know that song "Breathe"? This is the air I breathe. You ever heard that song, Hannah?
I have heard that song. I kind of forget the lyrics of it. Do you? Do you? Do you have it in the hymn on the book to where you can play it?
I have it, but it's a newer song, and I don't know if they're going to copyright it or not, or we mentioned that copyright issue.
So basically, if they do a copyright on a live stream, I can always cut the. No, you know what? What it is? If it's under a certain period of time, I forget what it is. You know what? Maybe let's save that song for another. Let me do some research, and then if that's the case, I know if your live stream is under a certain amount of time, you can actually sing songs and not get a copyright on it. So let me do some research, and we will definitely do more of these, buddy. I'm really appreciating just the angle that we're coming from. You're actually confirming some thoughts that I had about feeling bad about days when I do this sort of the spirit challenge live stream and I talk about a lot of other stuff besides the Bible and I feel bad sometimes. It's like, no, I don't need to feel bad because, we're talking about other cool things that are important, and sometimes we go off on a angle about the weather or like a gentleman, I, you were there when that one gentleman was talking about, who was it? He's 43 years old. Forgot his name. Um, and he works with afternoon care. He does afternoon care kind of stuff. And anyways, whatever he was talking about, we were talking about that for a while. How God saved his life, type of a thing. And we got about talking about other stuff, his work and that kind of thing. And it's yeah. I mean, that's cool. I mean, those are things of interest, and you're absolutely right. That's why I love chatting with you, bro, because your your intellect is just it's so cool just to be able to see how a conversation, the different paths that a conversation goes when we're just chatting at times, and it's cool. It's cool because you and I obviously think differently. I mean, we all do. I mean, praise God that we do, right? I mean, otherwise, you and I having a conversation could be completely boring if you and I thought identically to each other. It's like, okay, wow. I mean, he's saying the things that I would say. That's kind of cool at first, but that's kind of boring because I basically know everything you're going to say because I would say the same things, So it's different. So it's awesome to have variety. So
Well, I do have another song I could play if you want me to play it right quick, bro.
yes, and actually, while you do that, if I'm gone, just keep going you keep playing because it looks like I'm going to be at the house probably in a couple minutes. So I'm going to give it back to you, my friend. But yeah, I'll play that song. And like I said, if I'm gone, I'm gone. And hopefully, I'll probably just be in the house for about 30 minutes. If you want to play some music and talk about some other cool stuff, I totally trust you, buddy. I do 100%. So, and this is our live stream, and I'm going to keep promoting, your content. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you play. And just know that I'll probably be dipping out here in a little bit and take care of that. And definitely jump back on because it looks like the trip took me about almost 30 minutes. It was almost 30 minutes in the car on this trip. So, but I'll be in the house for about 25, 30 minutes.
All right.
Right, bro?
Well, just a reminder, if anybody has a gospel song or a church hymn, I have a hymn book in front of me, and I can, if it's in the book, I can play it if there's any requests from anybody. I'll try to. Even Danielle could even help me to keep an eye on the comment section. Well,
Awesome,
this is
bro.
when we all get to heaven. Got a heater by my foot. I think it's kind of loud. So there we go.
was beautiful, buddy. I love that song. When we all get to heaven.
What a day of rejoicing that will be.
When we all get to heaven. Yes. We'll,
I'll do it.
we'll, we'll sing and shout. How does that go? We'll sing and shout.
We'll sing and shout the victory.
The victory. The victory. That's what it is. Yes, 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 yes. So right now, as an example, I'm gonna hit right now the highlight button on my end. So that's gonna capsulate your song and plus 5 minutes back from now. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do right now, just so you kind of know. And yeah, that's cool. So now I'm gonna have that song on a video, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready, get my stuff ready, so I go in and see this patient here, and.
My sweet wife says, beautiful piano playing, Chris. Smiley face with hearts.
Oh, and then Winning Walk says, when we all get to heaven. Yes, when we all get to heaven, huh, Christina? Hey, where should we meet when we get to heaven? Let's meet and let's yeah, let's just meet and give each other all a big hug, man. Where's a good place to meet, man?
Good place to meet, right beside the that gate that's made of one pearl. Remember?
Okay.
That big
Right.
gate, Revelation.
Yes, we'll meet there. All right, Christina, Danielle, whoever is listening, let's meet when we get to heaven. Let's meet next to that gate. When we get to heaven, we'll know when the time is. God's gonna allow us to know that time. And when God tells us when that time is, we'll go, we'll meet, give each other a big hug, and go, man, we made it. Hallelujah, we made it.
Woo, what a ride.
Yeah.
Can I do another one? Is that all right?
Of course, but yeah. Go ahead and do another one. I'm gonna head inside. I'm gonna probably yeah. So I'm gonna duck out, everybody. I'll be back in about hopefully about 30 minutes. Chris is gonna play some music for you and keep things going, please. For those of you who are listening, please take time to subscribe to Chris's channel, Dad that piano player. I was trying to get his link into this description. I don't have it yet, but I will get it later today. So it'll be in this here. And I want people, I did say, please welcome Chris Barnes, but for some reason, my internet didn't allow me to put your link in there, buddy, but I will include that after. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take off. I'm going to turn off my car. It's my phone will be totally fine. It has plenty of battery for right now. And I'll see you all back in about 30 minutes. All right, Chris. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Be careful, and we'll wait for you, brother.
All right, man. Thank you, buddy.
Flip through the hymnal and look for something that everybody would be interested in. If there's any requests, we have, looks like 7 people in the house are with us. If there are any requests, this is quite a big hymnal, so I'm sure that if somebody has a hymn or gospel song, that I can find it in these hymnals. I have a gospel song hymnal, just in case there are some that may not be in the regular, typical pew hymnal. I think I found one. So if everyone's still here and listening, this song is We Have Heard the Joyful Sound, also known as Jesus Saves. And I'll play it for you. Hope you enjoy. So. I'll just probably go through here playing some random songs I pick out. Ohana means family, right? Yes. Aras, it does. I believe Hawaiian for family, Ohana. And that comes from Lilo Stitch. Let's see. Hello, Aras. Aras. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to, if there's still no requests for any songs like hymns and gospel songs, because that's typically most of what I play and all I have sheet music to. But if there are no requests of that nature, I'm randomly go through my hymnal and play some hymns. Rock of Ages. This song's called Whiter Than Snow. Winning Walk with Christina, Rock of Ages. Yes, yes. I love that song. Beautiful lyric. Thank you. I'm going to continue. Let's look for a few more. Those two were back to back on the same page. Here's a nice one on the next page. Only Trust Him. Oh, forgive me, my neck bothers me. Danielle, if you're listening, could you turn the air down 2 degrees, please? Turn the air down. It's getting hot here in the room, and for the audience, I get real sensitive to heat and cold, and it makes me hurt. So, Danielle, if you're listening, Danielle. Let me know if you hear me, honey, Danielle. You turn the air down 2 degrees, please. I may have to see if she's in there. She may not be there for phone because I'm in the bedroom. She's in the living room now. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, anybody. Danielle? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. We can get to only trust him. It just takes a few seconds for the system to cycle off. Uh, let's see. Adhit Eka or Adhit Eka. Um, thank you. Yes, very practical words. Just want to say, keep moving forward and never give up, and always smile. Those are very practical. It can be hard to do when you're in a lot of pain or circumstances, but it's definitely helpful uh, for a person to continue to go on. It's to have that type of attitude. Keep moving forward. Don't give up. Uh, Boy, there's many times that we want to give up in our lives. We're just kind of seems like we're wired that way. And as a Christian, I believe we are wired that way. We have what's called sin and this inherent nature about us that's affected us mentally, physically, emotionally, and we have to continually fight that. Uh, it's not just wanting to give up; it's all types of things: depression and discouragement and fear and anxiety. Something you definitely have to work on. Thank you so much. Always have a smile. There's my smile. uh, I'm not much to look at though, but I will smile. Let's see. Yes, Adhitika. If I'm saying that right, let me know, please. Adhiteka. Adhit Eka. Uh, so let me go on and flip through my hymnal. Find something else. Let me go to the front of the hymnal here, then look through. do this one. He leadeth me. Oh, blessed thought. Uh, there are 3 people, now 5. Okay, but if anyone's just now joining us, I'm going to play. I'm playing the piano right now, and I'm going to play He Leadeth Me out of the hymnal. Hello, Noah. Mr. Noah, truck driver for Army. Hello, welcome. Good to see you here. I'm just flipping through a Protestant hymnal, just going through the hymnal and playing different songs that would be played and sung in a church setting. And I have my keyboard. The piano is on top of the keyboard, so if the phone starts shaking, that's because the piano is on a stand and I am playing the piano. Flipping through, just trying to find certain songs. Oh, here's one of my favorites. This is a Fanny Crosby lyric, too. Fanny Crosby was born in the 19th century. She was almost 100 when she died, but she was blind shortly after birth, but dictated thousands of poems to people that wrote them down. A lot of those poems by Fanny Crosby were set to music because she didn't play anything, but here's one called Praise Him, Praise Him. Let's see. Oh yes. I said I'm okay now. I'm see you. Yes, I was not happy 5 minutes ago. Do you have made me happy? So I think what he's trying to express is that he wasn't happy 5 minutes ago, but I've made him happy. So I do appreciate that. Your honesty, and I'm glad I could help. Yes, very glad I could help. And Mr. Noah, if you have any oh, let's see. Any all I really have access to right now is sheet music. It's just Christian music, gospel hymns. But if you have, Mr. Noah, the truck driver, any request of hymns, and do post, and I'll see if they're in the index here. I'll play them for you. Be glad to. Also, a lot of my improvisation is just that. It's my own improvisation. So I'm looking at a hymn out of a hymnal. So just the what's printed in the book, but it's your standard 4 part, SATB, soprano, alto, just 4 parts. So a lot of these are my own arrangements. Sometimes I don't know. I've got an idea generally of how I'm going to improv, but sometimes I can hit the wrong notes because it's just pure 100% improvisation. So I'm like, what do I do now? And trying to always fit something different into my playing. Let's see. Plus, I had to play with gloves. I've got neuropathy, and that can hinder. This song is called "Sweet, Sweet Spirit." I'm gonna get a drink of water, and I'm gonna play "Sweet, Sweet Spirit." It is well with my soul from the winning walk. Yes, I'm gonna get to that. Let me play "Sweet, Sweet Spirit," and the next one will be "It Is Well." It is well. It is well with my soul. I'm looking it up right now, Miss Christina. We want Christina is well. 447. After this one, I'm going to play a song entitled Jesus, Light of the World. This one I heard a few years back, 6, 7 years ago, maybe 8, through the Gaither Homecoming, Bill and Gloria Gaither. I really enjoyed it. It had Guy Penrod and his name Jesse Dixon did a duet. Wonderful song. All right, Miss Christina, Winning Walk, if you're still listening, then here's your request. It is well with my soul.